Brandon from Bulletproof Outdoors here. Just finished some snowshoeing out at the Eau Clair Gorge, just north of Algonquin Park. What a sight to see that is. If you haven't been out here, you gotta come and check that out. I'm staying out at the Buffalo Farm. I'm actually in a teepee with a nice wood stove. If you're into this type of thing and you like fishing, hiking in the outdoors, consider subscribing to my channel. And if you do, make sure you hit that little bell icon so you don't miss anything. Here we go. Here we are. This is it. Bed right in the center. Fireplace. Little area to cook, lantern, and wake up in the morning. That's my view. Warm this place back up. Oh yeah, lights right up. Doesn't have to be pretty. Been up for a little while now. It was cold last night. I had to keep that fire going pretty strong. It's nice and warm in here now, so I'm boiling some water, heating up the cast iron. I actually haven't even opened the front door yet. Oh, she's crispy. I knew it got cold last night. Look at the frost all over everything. Let's go back inside. Sun's coming up. It's gonna be a great day. Looks amazing. I'm excited to get out there and explore a little bit. Okay, well, I'm in Eau Clair, just outside of Mattawa, in the northern part of Algonquin. I was trying to drive down Graham Road, but as you can see, she hasn't been plowed all winter. I'm going to begin the trek up over this hill, down Graham Road, 2.5 kilometers, to the Eau Clair Gorge, which is supposed to be really beautiful, so should be a nice day. Based on the last few minutes, I think going down a nice road that just hasn't been plowed all winter is probably the best case scenario. I'm about to layer down. I'm getting pretty warm already. And it's a good tip I thought I'd mention for anybody out doing some snowshoeing or hiking in the winter. To always layer up. I personally like to wear nice thin layers so I can take them off as I get warm. You don't want to have to take off just one bulky sweater and all of a sudden you're cold, right? So I layer up a few thin under layers and then some fleece over top of that, and then a nice thin down-filled coat. Always do that, always layer. So in a few minutes I'm going to take my coat off and then I'll just be out here in the fleece, and if that gets too warm I could layer down to one of my long sleeve layers and put them back on as I get cold. I just finished coming down a bit of a hill. I thought I'd mention another quick tip. When you're snowshoeing down any sort of a hill, sometimes you can turn yourself sideways for a little bit of a safer descent. The easiest thing to do is just stick your poles far out in front of you. That way if you do fall forwards or if you slip, you're gonna have your pole there to brace your fall. So there's a good tip. Make sure you use your poles when you're out going downhill or uphill when you're snowshoeing. Another tip, stick your poles in the snow, don't lay them down. You don't have to bend over and hurt your back. You don't have to get your hands cold picking up snow-covered poles. I'm also not going to put my bag down. Take my coat off, slide my free arm into my bag so it's on the front. Take my other arm out of my coat, slide my other arm in. Now I've got good support on my bag. Fold up my coat, I just bunch her up. All set. Nice and dry, one layer off. That's how it's done. I think it's really important to not only layer, like I mentioned before, but to wear fleece. You'll see my toque and my sweater are both fleece. They're a little more breathable. You won't sweat quite as much, but they're just as warm as other materials. Not to mention they're lightweight. When you're out here snowshoeing, hiking, camping in the winter, layer up and make sure it's with fleece. If you do need to stop and adjust anything, if you need to get into your bag or anything like that, so you need to take your gloves off, you don't really have anywhere to put them, you don't want them to get wet. So what I like to do, stick my poles in the snow like I showed before, and then just go ahead and place your gloves right on top of your poles there to keep them up out of the snow. Do what you gotta do, put your gloves back on and get going. There's another tip for you when you're out in the snow, to keep your hands nice and dry and to keep yourself nice and warm so you can stay out longer. And there's a cutoff. So this is quite short. It looks like I'll be at the gorge in just a few minutes. So I'm really close. Getting pretty excited to see this bad boy. Okay, so we're just about at the bottom of the hill. Here's a couple of wooden bridges to cross. You can really hear it now. Oh, and there's a warning sign, danger. Probably something about the edge being slippery, stay back. Warning, very steep, natural slopes ahead, slippery and uneven ground. Potential for slips or falls, proceed with caution. 10-4, will do. Well, let's go have a look from the back side and then we'll cross the bridge. Something else. I realize I'm a little close to the edge here. There is a trail, I'm staying on it. I'm leaning to the side away from my death. Obviously, if you're out here, be extra careful, especially if you're by yourself. Don't go too close to the edge if you're not certain about how sturdy it is. Wow. It'd be tough to pull yourself out of that one if you fell in. Well, I made it to the gorge, and it is a sight to see. Some seriously fast moving water. You do not want to fall in there. I guess I am standing a touch close to the edge there. Sorry, Mom. Don't do what I do at home, folks. Stay safe distance back from the edge, but enjoy the view because it is spectacular. Wow. I'm gonna continue walking, see what's up this side, and then I'm gonna cross the bridge and have a look from the other side of the gorge. Well, here I am at the top of the gorge. What an incredible view it is from up here. Have a good look. I don't want to get too close. And again, look at all that erosion along the edge all the way up. Little ice caves eroded out by the heavy moving water. You got to get out here to the Eau Clair Gorge. Be prepared, bring your snowshoes, layer up, and come have a good look. Don't get too close to the edge though, but make sure you come out here and you experience this because it's really something special. Starting to get a bit late now, getting dark, starting to cool down. I'm gonna put the camera away so I can get my gloves on and get back to the truck so I can get back to the teepee. I'm gonna keep my coat off because I know I'll be sweating again soon. Just noticing that I'm the only set of tracks in here all day. There's fresh snow, nice bright sun, and nobody else came to enjoy it. What a shame. Good for me though. There she is. Wasn't sure if I was allowed to park there.